traumatic experience.
This yesterday was like 2 hours. Today I feel like it should be 10 o'clock already.
Really? Well, in that case, well, let's just pretend it is. You move that clock ahead,
All right,
and I'll move this one ahead, and I'll move my watch ahead, which is no big deal. That Arlene, man, I'm telling you, no wonder they got a big number on the AM, man. She's just cackling up a storm. I wonder who she stole that from.
What is this one?
I always knew Arlene could lay a gigantic egg on the AM and wait till the next book comes out. Oh, that's young Neil. That's Neil Jr. I'd recognize that anywhere. Oh, that's the Egg Jr. Are we going to do the ID, or are you just going to screw around in there? I'll tell you what, if you don't play the ID, I'm going to play a record, and then what the hell are you going to do?
Oh, that's right. This is WZTA, Miami Beach, Fort Lauderdale, and the Palm Beaches. The Neil Rogers Show. It's 8 o'clock.
Now, that is the Egg Jr., isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Oh.
I have a story I didn't get to. We were so busy. I wonder if I could mention it to you.
Go right ahead. I see you were really moved by that. You really got into that in a big way. By the way, just before you do that, I'm supposed to mention that on Gonzer's Grill today, there's going to be a thrill on the grill. That's because Chef Jeff, or whatever the hell his name is going to sit on the grill. But anyway, he's got, what a trifecta, man. George Thorogood.
Oh, that's right. Today's the day.
Elvis Presley and Rod Stewart.
Now, that's not Elvis Jr.
No, this is Elvis Sr.
Elvis Sr.
As in dead.
Yeah. Yeah.
As in very dead.
Yeah.
As in fat, drugged out, dead.
But he's the king.
But he's still a king.
Yeah.
Oh, look at me. Okay, go ahead. What was this story you were going to do?
Well, they did a 25-state study that showed the proportion of overweight residents in each state. And the lowest, the state where they're the skinniest, is Utah.
I wonder why.
14% are overweight.
Oh, but that's because they counted all the Osmond brothers. Oh, yeah.
And the state where there's...
Don't they look anorexic?
Yeah.
Donnie looks a little anorexic, too.
Mm-hmm.
He always has.
Utah. And the state, and Hawaii also came out 14%, by the way.
There are no fat Osmond. Oh, there is one fat Osmond brother. Isn't it Jimmy? Jimmy Osmond? He's a little fat pig.
Is he?
Oh, yeah.
Looks like Tom Likas?
He looks like a little Tom Likas, yeah.
Well, the state with the most overweight...
Well, he looks like a little house. Tom looks like a duplex.
Right. Was West Virginia.
Had the most fat people?
24%, yeah.
And that's weird because they have the most unemployed. Where do they find food?
In the coal mines.
A lot of poor people in West Virginia.
There must be a lot of calories in coal, huh?
Well, poor people, they say, tend to have more weight problems. And that is a study from the Centers for Disease Control in Atlanta.
Well, I wonder if that's Oprah's problem. She only made $27 million last year.
Notice she's been dropping the weight.
She's been hanging around in Oprah-Locky. It's 8:03 on Zeta 4. That was certainly just mind-boggling that you mentioned that.
We just ran out of time. We couldn't do that on this one.
Couldn't squeeze it in,
Wanted to be
huh?
sure to get that in because I know you're acutely
So if
interested.
Sherry Valencia is listening, whatever you do, don't move to West Virginia.
That's right.
Okay, 'cause she's like just chronic dieter. She's just obsessed.
She lost a lot of weight.
Yeah, she did lose a lot of weight, but she carries it to an extreme. Like last night, she didn't even want to eat, I forget what it was, but she didn't want to drink the water, I think.
Yeah, I think... Too
many calories. Don't squeeze that lime in my water. There's calories in there.
Don't you think she's lost enough weight?
I think, well, she's on the Karen Carpenter routine now.
Yeah, I think she can go on with her life. You know, I think she's lost the weight, and it looks fine to me.
Yeah. Well, maybe she'll bring her ex-boyfriend from Gainesville down. She promised me some great things last night. But then again, I've had a lot of promises in my life, and very few have ever materialized. You know what I'm saying? Like in my house. Okay, where are we going right now? Let's go to Dade County. Hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
Brian Wilson Jr. here.
Hey, Brian. How you doing, baby?
All right, and how are you?
Pretty good. God only knows.
Getting the surf report now. Got my board together. We missed you the other night at the Orange Bowl.
I'll bet you did. Well, I didn't want to get booed off the stage, you know?
Well, they got rid of David Brennan pretty quick.
Crowd was a little surly.
Not to mention Jose Torres and his Latin orchestra.
Yeah.
You didn't care for the cut Be True to Your School, huh?
Did you? No, wait a minute. You misunderstand. That's one of my all-time favorite songs, but that particular cut...
No, I understand exactly what you mean. I think what happened is they
not the
redid the
original
song to resemble the rendition that the Beach Boys do at a concert. Normally they bring out cheerleaders and stuff, and so they've kind of changed it around a lot.
What a good excuse that is.
Yeah, I want you to remember one thing. It has to be an oldie to be a classic.
Not on Zeta. It has to be obscure to be a classic on Zeta.
Listen, we really do enjoy your show. Keep up the good work.
Thank you, Brian.
Keep that CD spinning, okay?
Boy.
Take care. Boy.
Okay. There's Peter Bolger in the other room just leafing through that music list.
Looking it over.
What does he mean obscure? What does he mean by that? We play only the hits.
Now, you went over the music, didn't you?
Cuts that nobody, even the artists, never heard of before.
Didn't you
okay?
point to him, the ones
Cuts that artists have forgotten already, okay? I mean, if it's a classic, then it's immediately, even a moron like me would recognize it immediately, right? Even a jackass like me would recognize it if it was a true classic.
And he won't look at you.
No, he's pretending that he's not listening, you know. Playing hard to get. He's laughing his brains out, but he's pretending that he's not listening, and he just won't dignify us with a because he knows it's true.
He's laughing.
He's looking at the list, and he's saying, boy, he's right. These are what a bunch of stiff records these were. You know, let's start playing. Recognize. I know it's a revolutionary idea, but is there something wrong with that we play songs that people have heard before? I mean, it's not against the law, even in Florida.
Are you kidding?
Well, maybe in Broward County. Nick Navarro doesn't like too much of that popular music. What is that? Is the egg loose again in there, or what?
Is that the egg?
What the hell are you doing?
I just had something sitting here.
Yeah, it sounds like he's got a bee in his bonnet or something, doesn't it? Yeah.
Can you tell what this is?
We knew you had a bug up your ear.
You know, I don't think he has enough to do in that room.
I think he's probably got a lot of spare time. That's why he disappears for long periods of time. Now would be perfect, wouldn't it? That is the Egg Junior.
Yeah, it is.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. I like that.
Am I right? Was that the Egg Junior?
No, that's a human baby.
I think we're gonna...
Oh, that's Greg. That was his show the day after the book. That was his show the day after the book came out, yeah. Come on, Greg. Be a sport, would you? We haven't talked to them in so long, and I guess we probably won't be talking to them again soon. It hurt.
Well, I have an idea, but I don't know if I should say it on the air because we don't want to tip our hat of how we could talk to Agony.
Really?
How could we do that?
Well, if I tell it on the air, they'll alert him, and we won't be able to do it.
What if I play a commercial and you guys can talk about it?
Oh, okay. Can I tell it to you first off the air?
You're playing a commercial?
Yes.
Is that a signal?
Is that against the law here at Zeta?
Yeah, that's pretty revolutionary. Geez, we don't want to get carried away.
I'm not used to this, Captain Dave.
Yeah, I've got to.
Okay.
You've got to?
Yeah, conflict.
Well, when you got to, you got to.
It's the Neil Rogers Show on Zeta 4.
Thank you, Lee. Butch up a little, will you, pal? It's 8:08 on Zeta 4 on a Friday morning, and we got a great letter here. Dear Neil, Glenn, and Captain Dave.
Wow.
Are you ready for this?
All right.
It's addressed to all three of us.
I'm sitting down.
I'm too old to be a fan, but I'm certainly an appreciator. My compliments and thanks to all three of you. You make mornings in the car tolerable, no, downright pleasant. But now a complaint.
Great.
Too many butts in this town, you know what I'm saying? Too many butts.
Yeah.
Making light of criticisms of the veal industry.
Oh, jeez. They got us.
Can you believe that I would do that?
They got us.
This is you guys. Because I'm not into locking up little baby cows either in the dark with just feeding them bread and water.
How about if we shine a flashlight in there?
Yeah, that would be better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, of course, slaughter is rarely fun and games for the creature being slaughtered.
Rarely?
Well, once in a while, if they're into S&M. But I think poking fun at people asking others not to support the horrors of the meat industry is unfortunate. Speaking of unfortunate, there's Mark Kuhn. What does it say? I understand it might be just a joke. What was so funny about that?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, would you? Is this show disintegrating again right before my very ears? What was that song by Chicago? Right before my very ears. What was it?
Yeah.
You know the one I'm talking
That's
about.
it. Isn't that the name of it?
I understand it might be just a joke or just a radio station, but that doesn't mean it isn't effective. To be sure, some of the nonsensical slogans of the animal rights groups seem to invite sarcasm. But, there's that big but again. But the horrors behind their drivel is very real. I've toured several stockyards and slaughterhouses. I left a different person. I've toured several stockyards and slaughterhouses?
Yikes.
That would be a nice way to spend
Don't you find that a little bizarre? Yeah, like when they go on vacation, they tour like Omaha, Chicago, the stockyards.
What a great day.
What a hell of a way to spend vacation. It's like being back at Doctor's Hospital on Sunrise Boulevard. By the way, Plantation Middle School, I noticed the other day, is right by that big stench.
Really?
And I think the parents and the students, there ought to be a class action suit against the city of Plantation for that grotesque stench. It's there like it never goes away, man. Either that or maybe it's coming from the school. As I said, I think your show is the best thing to hit the airwaves in years, and it goes on and on and on. But, however, I do hope you'll take seriously my suggestion that this is not something to support with humor. Now, would you put your gerbil away, please? Just relax. Oh, that was the llama?
It did sound like
That sounded like the Dalai Lama to me. Anyway, this is so ridiculous. In fact, I'm going to go out and have some veal parmesan at Jamie and Marcy's house this weekend.
Veal
just
what?
out of spite. Veal parmesan.
Yeah, I like the way you just stand.
Somebody we know would say.
Yeah.
Do you know who that is?
Who would that be?
I guess you'll say what can make me feel that way.
Well, maybe a good plate of veal marsala would make me feel that way, or veal piccata. Or veal franchise.
Sounds good.
Oh, I love my veal, boy. Don't take my veal. I don't give a damn if they're baby cows or what they are. You hypocrites out there, like when you eat seafood. Are you worried about, like, the stone crabs? I mean, once upon a time, they were alive. They were crawling.
They're still alive. The stone crabs, their claws are clipped off and they grow new ones.
Oh, that's right. They only clip one claw.
Oh, and I'm sure that the rest of them they just turn them loose, right?
They do.
They don't leave them in the dark and lock them up.
No, they put them in boiling water.
Speaking of being left in the dark,
They put them in boiling water. Yeah, here's Gary Lawrence speaking of in the dark. No, he's not here yet. Don't write it down. If he wrote it down, cross it out or erase it, okay? He's not here yet.
Yeah.
He probably won't show today,
It wouldn't surprise me.
Oh, yeah, you know him. Anyway, no, it's just like all these other things that you eat that were once living, like all you Suds out there with your escargot.
Snails.
By the way, I was going to buy one of those, but I wasn't sure how far an escargot goes.
Oh, God.
You like snail?
I asked the dealer that. How far does an escargot go?
That's a corny
He
joke.
said it goes at a snail's pace.
I didn't have a laugh queued up, sorry.
Oh, that's good. Well, I'm glad you didn't, because why should you be the only one? Okay, it's 8:13 on Zeta 4, and those phones, man, have been just sizzling today, you know what?
Still?
Yeah, it looks like a veal parmesan platter. It's sizzling so hot. All we need is a little marinara sauce on there, a little Parmesan cheese. Now, this is not the Jeff Gonzer show. Would you cut that out? Didn't you see what that stuff did for him? Did you see the book? I've been begging him. I've been begging Gonzer, get rid of that corny crap. Haven't I? Did I beg him?
Yes,
did I plead
did.
with him?
On the air.
He will not listen to me. The man will just not listen.
He hasn't learned to
I mean,
trust
maybe
you.
that cornball crap makes it big in L.A., okay? Like in Anaheim, perhaps?
Well,
Because that's kind of a Mickey Mouse part of the city.
You know, it's Friday, and we never use sound effects, and I
Well,
found all
let's
these
not
neat ones.
start now, okay? I'm so glad you found it, okay? In fact, why not wander around the rest of the building and see where they can be put to the best use, like on the AM?
Hey, there's an idea.
Yeah, Mickey might like that.
Absolutely. Go right up there on the AM and just dazzle them with BS. Well, there are a couple of people already doing that. 8:14 on Zeta 4. Let's go back to the call, shall we? Because we've been remiss again.
Yes, you haven't been over there in a while.
Broward County, hello.
Good morning, Uncle Neil.
Yes, ma'am.
This is the Statue Lady Jr.
Oh, I got your picture this morning. It was just ravishing.
Like it?
Yeah, it looked like Larry Kenton drag.
I think I need to go on a diet, don't you?
I would think so, yeah. A little too many of those chocolates.
Listen, are you still on for breakfast Monday?
You're coming Monday?
Yes. Didn't you get my note?
No.
And my check for the Camilla's house?
Oh, is that from you? I haven't read it yet. I got the check. I pulled that check out of there so we could send it out.
Right.
Here's your note right here. Fallen Angel?
Yeah, yes. Uh-huh.
Oh, I see.
She almost said something.
Yeah, don't say that. Oh, I got you. And they haven't closed you up yet, huh? They've closed everybody else up in Broward.
I know.
That's because they want to steal all their material. You know what I'm saying? I think like Nick Navarro's got about 600 porno movies at his house. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he has a special there for you, some Jeff Stryker.
Does he really?
Oh, good.
He's probably got Jeff Stryker locked up in his house. Anyway, let's see. Congratulations. Hit him hard for a raise. You deserve it. Isn't it interesting that she wrote that in the first sentence, boy? Because if anybody needs it and deserves it. You know, like I said the other day, even if you're an elephant, you can only work for peanuts so long.
Isn't it weird that the letter I got today said the same thing
Yeah,
to me?
it's overdue. The audience is demanding, and
the audience is demanding.
we're
You're
going to
right.
start to be demanding too. Okay, enough of this Little League BS. Okay, I'm getting choked up about it.
Well, listen, I know you don't like fish. I think you don't, anyway. I was going to make a salmon mousse, which is...
Well, that's good. I'm glad. Salmon mousse?
Yeah.
How about bullwinkle mousse?
Well, either one.
Yeah. How about some chocolate mousse?
Yeah, I'll do a chocolate
Well,
mousse.
that's better than... I will not eat the salmon. I'll just tell you that right up front.
That's what I thought.
Especially
How about
for
chicken
breakfast.
salad?
That's fine.
Is that all right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Fresh fruits and stuff for
I just
Captain Dave.
love our fresh fruits, yeah.
Yes, I know. And what is that grotesque drink you like? Cherry 7-Up?
Diet. Cherry
Diet
7 Up.
Cherry?
Well, it can be diet anything. I'm off of that. I haven't had any of that in a long time.
Oh, all right. Any kind of diet cola?
That's fine.
Okay. I will be in there with my $700,000 Porsche 928.
Great.
7:30, 8 in the morning.
We'll be looking for you.
See you then.
Boy, boy.
All right.
That's great. Isn't that nice to know that on Monday we're going to get taken care of, so to speak? It's 8:16 on Zeta 4, and Captain Dave, of course, is doing his usual tour of the building.
I've got a story you got.
Okay, here we go.
Well,
At least this time, maybe it might have been worthwhile, his trip down to the other end of the building.
how is everything down there, Captain Dave? Did you see...
I said good morning to Mr. Mark there.
Oh,
Mr. Mark.
Mr. Mark.
Mark in the dark?
Sort of our nickname for
You tell him
him.
how much you liked his car? Oh, this is great.
Well, it has to do with lakes and fruit and all. I thought maybe...
Wait till you hear this. A committee, I thought there was a misprint, but it turns out that this is right. A committee of canker experts.
Can you imagine?
Do you know any canker experts?
Not personally.
Is meeting at Lake Alfred today to consider whether to lift the ban on importing Florida fruit to other citrus states. Gee, and I just got back from California. Such shipments have been embargoed to prevent the spread of what was taken to be a virulent strain of Asiatic citrus canker. Millions, that's with an M, it says, millions of young trees were burned in an in-state eradication program.
Right.
Scientists now say the citrus may have had a milder form of canker, which does no more than blemish the fruit. So if you have a blemished fruit in your house, send it to California, because it'll be welcome with open arms. It's, what the hell did you give me that for? What was that supposed to be?
The lake story. I thought it was cute.
Absolutely. And, of course, if you've pushed in the lake and you have a canker, there's probably a good reason for it. It's 18 past 8 on Zeta 4. We're going to be doing a break right about now. But Captain Dave, of course, is in here playing with the news stuff again. You know, he just gets so excited playing with that garbage. Yeah, I thought maybe this hour we could get a little bit ahead of ourselves. Now, for the lady who got all, or the guy, I guess, this is a guy who got all upset about the veal and took it so seriously.
Hello, I'm Mr. Ed, and if you got a beef with red meat, maybe you should try the meat that's been around the track a few times. Right, Wilbur?
That's right, Ed. Real people like real food, but beef can be real expensive. So why not saddle up a steaming plateful of horse? There's lots of ways to prepare your pony. Why not try stuffed trigger, Philly fillet, or sautéed Hi-O Silver?
And what are you eating, Wilbur?
This? Why, it's my lunch flicka. And this 3-ounce serving of stallion has only 200 calories.
So use your horse sense. Eat me.
This message brought to you by the Horse Council. Nutritious horse. The meat you can bet on.
Don't forget post time, 1 o'clock at Gulfstream today. The preceding message was brought to you by Henry's Hamburgers of East Lansing, Michigan.
Is that true? Is that a true story?
What, about Henry's? Yeah, it is true. When I went to school there, they closed up the whole chain because they were serving horse meat. And it was delicious. You know, these hypocrites, like the other night we're at the Melting Pot with that big rating celebration, you know? Like the AM only went down 1.5 or whatever. And we're there with that big party, and there are always these certain people in there who will not eat meat, okay? And it's not bad enough that they won't do it, but they got to make a big announcement,
right.
A big timmus out of it. If you don't want to eat meat, fine. Don't eat meat, but don't stand up and like make a big announcement and stand there like a lunatic.
Like
okay?
we're going to be impressed.
Like Gary Lawrence and Gonzer, and I think there were 1 or 2 others. Oh, we're not going to eat the red meat. Here, take the red meat. You know, that kind of stuff. Who the hell cares?
It's like it's going to impress us.
Yeah, and you know, I think when they leave, they head out for the Char Hut.
McDonald's.
I'm sure. I guarantee you. Those are the kind of people that sneak. You know, on the side, they go through the drive-through and they get like 16 hamburgers to go.
I saw Gary on his bicycle at McDonald's.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, just desperate for that Big Mac. Okay. 20 minutes after 8 on Zeta 4. Now let's see. Are we going to do the break now, or did we already do it? Man, the show is going so fast. I can't keep up with it. Isn't that kind of amazing? Now, see, that one sounds different because it is different. That's the original from Goodbye Yellow Brick Road.
Oh.
But you don't mind hearing that because it's different, but better is right. I think you're right.
I like that a lot. It sounds great.
Yeah.
So what did they do?
Even Captain Dave didn't get upset that we played that this morning, which is astonishing.
I think it's a pretty song, but, I think...
But that version, it's at least a little variety, okay? So I figured you wouldn't get upset because it's different.
Just as the last song, we have such a variety to choose from that I think using that all the time. You know?
We used it once, okay, at the end of the show, once.
2 times,
Wrong.
and you suggested it 3
Wrong.
times.
You're absolutely out of your cotton-picking mind, okay? We played a couple of Elton John songs at the end, but not that one. We used it once.
Did you say cotton-picking, Missy?
Okay, there he is, suffering from that plantation mentality, ladies and gentlemen. That's Captain Dave. 28 minutes past 8 on Zeta 4. Now, what were you going to do before you did your Ted Bundy thing? I had something very impotent that I was going to do, and you've distracted me now. I don't know what it was. Oh, yeah, we're going to talk about the punch toast. We had a whole thing we were discussing during that song, and I think it bears... No, it does. It bears bringing this out on the air because it's embarrassing, and it goes to show you the lack of respect that we get in this building.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Back in the summer, okay, when the spring rating book came out, and somebody I know had a 9 share in midday on WINZ.
Mm-hmm. I remember
somebody
those
we
days.
all know.
Mm-hmm.
And the station had a 6.8 share, which is almost unheard of in the modern annals of radio broadcast history in this market.
For an AM talk.
Exactly.
English language.
And there was no punch toast. There was no celebration.
No dinner.
In fact, you and I had to go out and pick up pizzas. We brought it back and sarcastically suggested that was our celebration party. Now that the AM has gone down from a 5 to a 3.9, which is a rather staggering drop, they're celebrating. They're having a celebration.
They had a dinner.
Yeah, they had a dinner, and they're having a punch toast. I'll tell you the kind of punch toast that they ought to have up at that end of the building. You know what I mean? Like a Rocky Marciano punch.
But you see the mistake we made.
And what is that?
We did too good.
Oh, we did too well,
Yeah,
and we
didn't want
we
it.
didn't suck up to the PD. Is that what it was?
They didn't want it. It was
we did
too
not
good.
suck up to management, and therefore, if I would have had a 90 share, they still would have said, right? Like they always do.
What would they have said? Nice reading.
Like the president said at the White House the other day.
I don't have that on a CD.
Okay, you don't. Well, the president's going to put it out on a single, so that'll probably wind up on compact disc.
Oh, good.
It's 8:30. Yeah, Ronald Reagan's greatest hits. Oh boy! I wonder if he got that from Japanese Prime Minister Take. I can't say it.
What?
Takeshita.
Just spell the name.
No, don't spell it. You can.
That's
one. Isn't that interesting? It's one of those that you can say, but you can't spell. Now, usually it's the other way around. You might be able to spell it, but you don't get away with saying it.
It's sort of in the same genre as Shiite.
Dade County. Hello.
Hi, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Hi, it's Jamie. How are you?
Jamie, isn't this amazing, boy? All you got to do is mention veal parmesan. I'm crying out of the oven.
I heard you were going to come to dinner. It kind of excited us.
Well, don't get your hopes up now.
Yeah.
It was just a joke, as Jay would say.
All right, I'll take it that way. You heard we won the lottery, right?
No.
Well, I'll tell you something. It didn't come a minute too soon because I just got the bill for your gold chain.
What do you mean? I heard you won the lottery. Where would I have heard that?
Was it in the paper?
No, someone mentioned to me that you had discussed it.
No.
Are you out of your mind? How would I know that? Am I psychic?
I don't know. Someone said you mentioned it on your show.
Oh yeah, right. Sure.
Maybe I'm wrong, but anyway, it was real lucky because again I got the bill for your gold chain and I have to pay for it.
Excellent. Well, I'm glad to keep your bills paid, man. It's good to have good credit, Jamie.
Yeah, I guess. Anyway,
that veal is getting expensive.
Just wanted to check in and say great. Have a good time.
Okay, say hi to Marcy for us now.
Yeah, she's inside listening.
Okay, and if she gets a little more indigestion, don't tell Stan about it, because he starts these ugly rumors.
False alarm.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Arrivederci. Boy, he sounded a little subdued today, didn't he?
Yeah, but have you noticed a plethora of comments about things that we allegedly said on this show?
Yeah, like about Wometco. Now, we did take a few shots in fun at them yesterday because we don't want to disappoint them. We don't want to let them down. And that part is fascinating because the day on which we allegedly took the shot, we never even mentioned Wometco. I mean, what in God's name would we be talking about Wometco for?
What's there to say?
What is there to say? I mean, they used to own Channel 4. They run a bunch of movie theaters, and they own the Seaquarium, right?
Yeah, what else?
What else is there to say? Plus, they got some people there who are thin-skinned and paranoid.
Well, I have no feelings one way or the other about Wometco.
No, I don't. In other words, when I go home and I put my head down on the pillow, I don't think, those bastards at Wometco. Oh, I'd like to get them.
Terrible movie.
Although, now that I think about it.
Yeah, they do show those crows before the movies. You know, the crows at the
Crows?
at the snack bar. You know.
Oh,
You know that short?
Yeah,
and
leave
they
it,
show
leave
it,
it to you to know about the crows.
That's right.
They show it before every damn movie. I am so sick of the crows.
Well, you
Yeah.
haven't been to a movie in ages. So.
As a matter of fact, when it comes to Wometco, there's only one sound I think of.
Yeah, the sound of
Those
crows.
damn crows.
Yeah.
By the way, somebody said that there were chicken hawks flying over yesterday over the
yeah.
Santeria
Vultures.
house.
Vultures.
No, not vultures.
Chicken hawks.
Chicken hawks. And of course, if Mike Thompson's listening, he's probably got an idea about those chicken hawks. But that man, I'm telling you, is so obsessed. He is so obsessed. Yeah, we got some dogs here.
Yeah.
Now listen. No, I'm talking to the little dog. Where did he go? The little black one. Don't be led down the garden path by the big one, because he's a shill for the Santeria people. No, seriously, he goes out and he gets other dogs in the neighborhood, and he befriends them, and then he gets them to follow him up to the Santeria house, and they're never seen again. Exactly. Okay. Leave Veal Rogers alone, will you please? It's 27 till 9 on Zeta 4. This morning is moving along. The sun is shining. It's Friday, which is, boy, this is great. And I'm over my illness finally.
Finally, that's great.
Got all that
news.
crud
You
out
were
of my
here
system.
5 days this week. Are you aware of that?
Isn't that something? Let's have a hand for Veal Rogers.
You were
man.
here 5 days out of 5.
You know, just out of spite for these militant animal fanatic people, I think I'm going to change it to the Veal Rogers Show. Officially.
That's a hell of an idea.
Yeah, I think I'm going to make it official. I might even change my name to Veal Rogers.
Oh, good. I like that's kind of tang.
I mean, the
to it.
Pirates used to have a pitcher, Bob Veal. Remember him, Captain Dave? Bob Veal, big black pitcher.
No.
Oh, is he Mr. Sports? Between you two, all he knows is hurricane sports. That's
I'm
the only
pseudo-sports.
damn thing he knows.
Hey, I'm all excited.
You don't know a damn thing about sports.
We're
All you know
going
is
to the baseball game together in to March. Aren't we going to the game together? Sort of like a
game?
son and father type.
Like a son and daughter.
with peanuts and.
What is he? What baseball game is he talking
The
about?
Hurricanes are going to in just a few weeks they're going to start playing. Have they invited you to announce any of them?
No, I'm not doing it this year. I did it last year on channel whatever that was, 33. But they don't have the games this year.
They're going to be on 10.
They wanted to use 10 has got it, so they wanted to use some of their real expert people like Cambrell Marshall, the
Right.
Martian spaceman.
I think Walter Cronice is going to do a couple.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
Michelle.
Yeah, Walter's going to give the thumbs up or thumbs down.
And then Brian Norcross.
Who was that just drove in here? That looked like Bob Lassiter for just a fleeting moment.
Don't even joke, okay?
It is.
Don't.
It is? Oh, am I depressed?
And there goes a dog. Look, these dogs.
Yeah,
are
and even the dogs are depressed now. Look at that. The dogs are trying to commit suicide, ladies and gentlemen. Lassiter just drove in the parking lot, and they're banging themselves against trees. Look at that. It's the Mad Flasher. Who was that?
I know.
We just got flashed.
Who was it?
I don't know.
Oh, it was. It's Don Johnson.
Oh, it's not Don Jr. Is it Don Jr.? Say it isn't so. Please say it isn't Don Jr.
Did you see
Is it?
I didn't see it. It wasn't in front of my window. Thank God.
I didn't see it either.
Well, now, what was that? They just drove away. He came
Good.
up, he flashed at the window, and he just drove away.
Well, we like that. People that...
And he was looking at Captain Dave, you noticed, when he was flashing. You can't see through those windows from the outside, thank God. But you were looking in the right window, pal, because if there's anybody in this building who's into that stuff...
That was in front of your window.
Yeah, but he was looking at you.
But I couldn't see. I'm like 100 feet away from you guys.
How many?
Yeah, like about 6 feet away.
Did you hear Fruitcake's call yesterday afternoon?
On the Stan Major show?
Mm-hmm.
And there go the dogs toward the Santeria house.
Oh, don't do it, pal! Oh, don't do it!
Right
oh,
to
man,
it.
he let him right down the garden path.
They must have a dog whistle in that house or something.
I got a great line for that, but boy, I'm not going to do it.
Okay.
I'm not going to do it. Today is not the day to test my luck. Well, they're so damn scared in this place. I'm so sick of it already. They're scared of their own shadow.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, it's a good thing Lamont Cranston's not alive anymore. They'd be scared of him, too. I'm serious. They're scared of every shadow. It's 8:36. Well, I had to say that because there are a lot of young people who have no idea who Lamont Cranston is. He used to play, all you young idiots, Lamont Cranston used to play the Shadow on radio many years ago when radio used to have all these. Now, look at that. They turned around and they came back in again. Now they're driving down the other end of the building. Who are those guys? Don't you find that a little bit peculiar?
I didn't see what he did or anything. I just saw him pull up, and it looked kind of like...
they drove out, and now they turned around and they drove back in.
Did he really?
Oh, no, don't tell me that was Don Jr. Please, I beg of you.
I don't know.
Did he really flash you?
Well, that wasn't him. That was somebody else. But he came and, he flashed, but there was clothes on, thank God. Thank God.
Yeah,
I mean, I'll let you know. When I see you, I'll let you know if I want you to flash or not, okay? And believe me, in your case, pal, forget it. No chances. It's, as a matter of fact, it's kind of like the Rick Weaver School of Underwear. No changes. 8:37.
That was good.
That was clever, wasn't it?
I like that.
Well, I have a facile mind, don't I?
That one,
Would
yeah.
you get out of here already? Who is this guy? He's got a... He's
I
got
don't
like
know
a
him.
trench coat on. He keeps running up here and opening it up and
The
making...
good news is it's not Don Jr.
And the good news is he's got clothes on underneath it.
That's
Thank
right.
God. We're not interested, pal. Go away. Go find Johnny Depp. Then we'll... and now look at that. They got back in the car and they're taking off again.
Good.
I'm not making this up, folks. This is really going on here.
Oh, the Santeria people are waving to him.
Yeah. In fact, if the Santeria people are listening, grab them on the way out, okay? I think they'd make for a tasty lunch today.
Not too much fat.
Yeah. Kind of lean, like veal. You know?
Like veal. Yeah.
Low in fat. In fact, we ought to start encouraging people to eat lots of veal. It doesn't have all the fat and cholesterol of regular red beef.
That's
right.
Now, come on.
No, that's serious. It's very lean and low in fat. It's much better tasting, and great dishes like veal marsala. I mean, if it's good enough for all those European connoisseurs, it's certainly good enough for us, isn't it?
Connoisseurs?
Connoisseurs. And there's the little Zeta minivan pulling up, and who might be driving it? Is that Scott Legier, did I see in there?
Scott?
Scott, is that you? Oh, no, it was Gene Cashman in drag. I'm sorry. 21 till 9 on Zeta 4. Let's go back to the calls, okay?
We got to take a break here.
Oh, boy. Well, excuse me, okay? Let's not go back to the calls and say we did. I just lost somebody there in Dade, and it was my fault. If you got hung up on in Dade, I'm sorry, okay?
Wait.
And if you believe that, you'll believe anything. Okay, by the way, we're going to do a story about Ted Bundy. It's 20 till 9. Today is a very important day.
That's right.
In Florida history. So,
right.
Stop with the lottery tickets for just a little while to look back and reflect, okay? They are going nuts with those damn lottery tickets, and even everywhere. By the way, I want to send a special tribute for consistency to Jack Eckert, okay? Mr. Anti-Gambling. Remember he was one of the big honchos against casino
now we
gambling?
Know why.
The evils of gambling.
Yeah.
Oh, Jack, Mr. Religion, Mr. Piety doesn't want you to gamble because it's immoral and it's sinful and all that crap. And who was the first, one of the first people just chomping at the bit to get their nickel on every dollar for every lottery ticket they sell?
Right.
Eckards, ladies and gentlemen. What a hypocritical ass, okay?
You're right.
Yeah.
You're absolutely
right. I mean, everybody
right.
likes a little ass, but nobody likes a hypocritical ass.
Let me...
right, Jack?
Let me do the traffic quickly first.
Okay.
4-car accident northbound 95 just north of Griffin. And southbound 95, we have a tanker truck north of the Golden Glades in a car in an accident. And Captain Dave wanted me to mention again, the turnpike is closed in Martin County between Stewart and Port St. Lucie with a spectacular crash this morning. An 18-wheeler and that car in the canal.
Okay, we should mention again, Classic Album Replacement Weekend starts at noon today on Zeta 4. And you ask, what the hell is this cliche-ridden thing all about? Well, if your albums, I mean records, you remember phonograph records? I know
Antiques.
That's a little antique, but if they're getting scratchy and worn out, all the other Zeta personalities say the other, because we don't get involved in that kind of stuff on the morning show. We're not going to demean ourselves to give stuff away. But the rest of the day, they're going to be giving away compact discs to replace your worn-out, scratchy albums. So how is it that they say listen to win? Some corny thing like that?
Yeah, some cliche.
Yeah. Okay, now Ted Bundy.
Well, this is January 15th, and this is a big day in history. Now, there's 3 major things that happened on this day. One, Martin Luther King was born on this day in Atlanta, okay, in 1929. Now, in 1967 was the first Super Bowl. Now, do you have a clue who played in the first Super Bowl?
The Kansas City Chiefs.
That's
and,
correct.
Green Bay Packers.
That's absolutely
and
right.
The Packers destroyed them.
That's right, 35-10.
Right.
It was the first Super Bowl.
However, the Kansas City Chiefs did beat Minnesota Vikings either the next year or the year after that. Was it the next year? Second year?
I think it was the second one.
I'm impressed that you knew that.
Oh, yeah. Well, the Vikings have always lost the Super Bowl.
Right.
Although this year they got a chance. I will say that. They're looking pretty good.
And also in this date in 1978, 10 years ago,
like that chicken. What is that chicken? Looking good? Cooking good?
Cooking good. On this date also in 1978, 2 Florida State University students were murdered in their sorority house, and that was the famous Ted Bundy did that. He was convicted of that crime.
And that was how long ago?
10 years ago today.
And we're still feeding the...
Yes, we are.
Now, what was that?
Well, this time it seemed appropriate somehow. But he's still alive.
Was that the sound of the door opening in the death chamber at Rayford?
Could have been. Could have been, but I doubt it.
Maybe we ought to call up Larry Kent and see if he'll loan us the big chair. I really do.
Ted, take it easy.
See you soon, Bundy.
Yeah, hey, goodbye, man.
There's got more power to you.
we're gonna singe his hair. Fight, fight, Bundy. When that voltage he does feel, I'll bet he'll let out a squeal. Fight, fight, Bundy. One he can love and understand him. Boy, that chair is really gonna brand him. So lock the door, throw the switch. Now it's time, watch him twitch. Bundy, bye-bye. Bye.
13 till 9 on Zeta 4. Where are we going? You stepped all over that, too, by the way.
Yeah, but everybody got it. It didn't matter if I stepped
Did
on
they? Was it loud enough?
Oh, yeah.
The level was high enough. There's Richard Taylor just came in. I thought he was driving a Cadillac the last time we saw him.
Is that Rasta?
There's Rasta Jew just drove up. I'm serious. Wasn't he driving a... He'd be driving a Pontiac or something this time.
For a couple days, yeah.
What do you mean?
You're right, but it's changed again. But he doesn't come in and talk to us anymore, so we don't know what's going on.
Well, that's okay.
Okay.
That's okay, because he's turned into a Hasidic Jew all of a sudden. He's become militant and wild, and he wears that crazy braided yarmulke and those dreadlocks. He's a crazy man. Okay, 12 minutes before 9 on Zeta 4, and let's go to Dade County again. Hello.
Good morning, Neil.
Yes, sir.
I'm glad you're back. Those two birds couldn't find...
Now, come on. So don't knock the fill-ins, okay? Just leave them alone. Be nice. I mean, what the hell else would we have done?
They tell me that you have Runaround Sue, but they don't have it in your library.
I have it at home, I think.
Yeah, he asked for
If you
this.
could bring that in one day and play it alongside of the Runaround Sugar, my favorite.
Yeah, okay.
I'd like to compare the two sometime.
All right.
I'd appreciate it.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
What happened to Dion, by the way?
That hasn't been in there. We couldn't find that.
What do you mean it hasn't been in there?
That he's been asking for this every day, but we don't have it. We said that you had it at home.
No, not Runaround Sue. What's the Dion record we have in here?
I don't know.
Oh, the one that wasn't a hit?
The one that wasn't a hit?
No, you guys screwed this whole thing up
We
here.
have not. Didn't throw anything
Where
out.
the hell's my Dion record?
I don't know what that is.
Remember the one he brought in, and it has this real terminal title, and he was saying that it was a real big hit.
It was a hit. Where is it?
We never saw that one.
Oh, gee.
This is the first.
What you talking about?
It's been a week and a half since we did this, and this is the first time that you got really, truly, honestly miffed. So that's pretty good.
Where is it?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm looking over here. Oral Roberts?
Yeah, Oral Roberts, right, by Dion. Idiots.
I don't know what you're talking about. I have no idea, sir.
Gonzer brought me the damn cassette tape in. Don't you remember?
Yes, I remember it.
What was the cut? What record was that?
Something about...
Have a nice day, sir, but you got me all depressed now.
There was a girl's name. Susan something?
Oh, get out of here, Susan.
Let me look it up.
Lipschutz. Are you Susan? Are you out of your mind? You nuts? Susan. What the hell is he talking about?
I have no idea. I'm more in the dark now
than ever before.
Than ever.
When the night has come and the land is dark.
Okay, that's a little musical tribute to River Phoenix. What
Donna
was
the Prima
Donna the Prima Donna. What the hell happened to
yeah,
it?
I remember that.
Where is it?
I never saw it in here. I do now remember Donna.
What